Hey look! Painkiller's back again. He made a thing. Let's watch it.
You sorry-ass motherfucking faggots. How dare you flag my video on LGBT for calling it a terrorist pedophile clan. I bet your parents failed to raise you to be like me.
Okay. I really was not expecting that. So yeah, Painkiller decided to throw a curveball on us and change his personality. Or at least, that's what known information is hinting. The Vaati name's been around for at least roughly 2 years. Some weird Nazi-affiliating poser account. I could say that this was a relic of the parody channel boom from 2 years ago, but I don't believe that would apply. Even for the shitty ones that creeped their ugly selves around that time, with Painkiller having one of his own, they at least worked as some sort of character. Vaati always feels like an ego booster, through and through, and that is saying a hell of a lot. Vaati has all these random responses to friends of his possible owner on his channel. Some of them have comments under the Painkiller name. And, the related channel section doesn't look suspicious at all, right? For some unfathomable reason, this account is the one that gets used more often. If you check out Painkiller's own channel, he's only posted a couple vids in the past 6 months or so. These include some 1960s TV movie, a Super Smash Bros. Meme which I have nothing to comment on, and a response to a non-offending minor-attracted people group on DeviantArt. At least I have something to say for that, even if Painkiller himself doesn't. Alright, this is very much impromptu, but he's also one of those PewDiePie sub-boosters. Don't worry, I'll talk about that soon.
Hello, it's Painkiller99.
I don't feel safe hearing you right now. I actually take back the nitpick I made for your collaboration with Demon Slayer. If this is what you sound like, I'd rather you not show your voice at all, or at least back away from your mic so it doesn't sound like you're breathing on me. You know who you sound like? An actual minor attracted person. And God knows that is the worst way to present a topic like no maps.
And I will be responding to a group on DA that's known as No Map DA. If you never heard of that group, it's a group that basically normalizes pedophilia, which is so fucked up as hell.
Even with your own voice, you don't emote all that well. I swear, Microsoft Sam has more humanity with his synthesized voice than what you're giving right now. If you really consider no maps to be a threat, which is honestly kind of a no-shit ideology to go with, why aren't you at least trying to make it sound like you care?
This group even has 23 members on DeviantArt.
Okay. I'll at least forgive you this time for pulling some old-fashioned guilt by association tactics. I mean, defending any of the members would basically imply you're defending pedophilia itself. But look, it's still not a very cool thing to do. If it weren't about this topic, I wouldn't be so generous.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, now all of a sudden you're deciding to unleash your anger. Fish Epic Crunch Tortilla Crunch Big Flavor Honey Barbecue is very, very good chip. I'm not sponsored! It's like auditory whiplash without being super abrupt. Like my microphone quality.
Pedophiles are fucking scum and they need a rotten hell.
Wow, so controversial, yet so brave.
If you follow me on YouTube and still have a DA account, I suggest you report that group.
Given how bored you sounded at the start, I wouldn't see a reason to. I mean, your whole response is designed to make people agree with you, even when most of your audience likely already knows what you're talking about, and would have reported them anyway. Also, I'd rather put my DeviantArt account to better use rather than regurgitating a bunch of Google Plus tier ramblings. Also, my condolences go to the Google Plus platform. You will be missed, sort of. Mwah.
If pedophilia becomes normalized, more children will be harmed.
Like we weren't already aware of its damaging effects, you're trying your hardest to sound like you give a shit about the topic in your wording, when deep down I can sense you're faking it. That doesn't mean you're in favor of such a thing, obviously. Just at least try somewhat harder than this. Pretty please and thank you.
Anyway, that's about all that I can think of.
37 seconds worth of fluff was all that you could think of. Sad. Returning to the Vaati channel, I know someone might say to me that this channel is just jokes and nonsense. That I understand, but I have a handful of issues regarding how he does it. While humor is one of those subjective things, it can still be trash-talked. And my qualms don't just have to do with me not enjoying his style of humor anyway. Neither is its repetition or indistinctiveness. Hopefully that's a word. A lot of it just comes from his attitude. It is, and I generally hate saying this, really toxic. I already mentioned his Nazi affiliation, but that's not even the half of it. On a regular basis, he's trashed feminism and the LGBT community with relatively common beliefs spearheaded by the Infowars and Breitbart set of political thinkers. And I honestly don't classify this as parody. It's not stated clearly enough if it is, despite me knowing these aren't the owner's genuine beliefs. And look, I'm still unsure as to whether the account is actually hosted by Painkiller or Yes, that name's so tainted I have to censor it. The only real indication besides his own comments is the fact the accounts were found to be using the same IP address. Normally that means it's being run by that person, but to be on the safe side, I'll still refer to this guy as Vaati. Got it? Well, enough jazz. Let's start off with my first proper exposure to this heathen's content.
What's up, my favorite faggots?
Classy.
Vaati is here, and a while ago, some numbshit posted a rant on his DeviantArt profile.
Just a heads up, even though I'll be playing the original journal in its entirety, as it was shown here, I do have a couple problems with it I'll interject on. The video will be slightly sped up as well. With that out of the way, go.
Hello sir. I have seen that you have been commenting harsh, rude and really idiotic things on a lot of people's pages, including my good friend, just because of their sexuality. I do not appreciate your bitch of an attitude towards my community. I'm sorry that you have something against my community, but I'm happy with who I am. And fucking proud. You have issues, looking down on people who are amazing. Go suck a dick, maybe you'll be happy too.
Darkadu, you aren't making a great case for yourself with that sort of gatekeeping. Oh no, don't talk down to us amazing people! You have a point, sure, but it's delivered in a pretentious manner. Probably not self-aware of this issue.
People like you will have no happiness, because no one wants to be around an ignorant prick who doesn't know how to keep his rude, offensive bitchy comments to yourself. No one wants that kind of a person.
Well, none of you fellas anyway. You'd be surprised how popular his own mindset is in modern politics.
Have fun getting through 2019 with that attitude. I know, this comes across mean. I have nothing against people and their belief in a god or their non-belief in a god. I respect them, but if they're using their beliefs to have an excuse to be a cuntwaffle to someone, then I am not okay with it. So, as for me, I am proud to say that I am a gender-fluid, pansexual boyo, who will stand up for who I am, and the people who are like me and who have mutual respect with me. And will tell off any fucker that disagrees with who we all are. So, suck my non-existent dick and have a great life. Rethink what you say, before you say it, buddy. You'll regret it one day. As for my brothers, who think the same as me, gay, straight, bi, pan, and anyone else that respects all humans for who they are, be proud of who you are. Don't let this dickwad get to you or anyone like him. Love you all.
You obviously hate it when I tell the truth, do you?
Alternative truth is one hell of a drug, isn't it?
If that's the case, you made yourself look like a laughingstock and a whiny liberal snowflake tool you are. You have become the #1 mong of late 2018.
Gee, like I haven't heard those partially inaccurate talking points from other people against diversity before. I've never heard those things before. Ever. Shit, I must not be woke, son.
I will have you know that gays have no business walking down the street without getting bullied. Bullying doesn't exist.
That is such a backwards-ass defense for the defamation of LGBT plus people. If you're going to say outright they deserve to be bullied, how about you not follow that up with bullying doesn't exist? The sheer ignorance from you is enough of a mindfuck besides that.
I do not regret my hateful actions, ever.
I've said before that this is self-aware, but in a really damaging fashion. Really, if you disagree with the notion of hate speech existing, why would you say straight to us you don't regret your hateful actions in your own words? It's essentially a paradox.
God hates fags. It says so in the Bible.
Well, God probably didn't like smoking, which explains that line. Oh, and it's pretty obvious there's like millions of different versions of the Bible. The ones you're citing are definitely from the Old Testament.
If you think otherwise, I don't care. I am proud to be a bully and a homophobe, and you cannot change what I am.
Again, didn't bullying not exist? At least try to stay consistent with your beliefs, jeez.
LGBT is why Christianity is collapsing after the 2018 midterm elections.
It arguably hasn't influenced the past few presidential or midterm elections either. Judeo-Christian values have become noticeably less common outside of the conservative and some other right-wing parties, with even Republicans straying away from it.
LGBT is why pedophiles are getting so much sympathy, and I have no sympathy for LGBT, aka the pedophile clan.
For the record, I know exactly what you were referring to. Some schmuck who's probably a fake off 4chan posted a request to the LGBT community to add pedosexual to their ongoing list of sexualities and gender identities. You want to know the truth about this? Generally, that community was strongly against the idea of pedophiles even having some recognition and respect in their community. The unironic support is outnumbered largely by the detractors. Even as some sort of joke, it promotes a twisted worldview on the LGBT plus community's core values. Heinous enough that you could be charged with a hate crime or slander. So, yeah, watch out for that. To be fair, the court system would probably benefit from you anyway. Well, maybe not. We'll get into that.
I win an argument, you lose. There is no reason to lose your shit over my hatred for gays.
You know, besides how they're already being oppressed enough as it is, it has only been about 5 years or so since homosexuality began getting more almost universal respect, ending the stigma. Especially in the United States, where same-sex marriage was illegal until 2015.
If I respected gays, lesbians, queers, trannies and bisexuals, then that means people will think I am a traitor of God.
Considering the audience you're pandering to knows your persona isn't genuine? Nope!
Now do me a favor and go eat a Tide Pod.
Wrong sub-community on Tumblr, Jack.
While you're at it, drink some bleach and after that, hang yourself.
Typical comeback for an epic gamer. Professor Chlorophyll?
I dare him to make a video out of me, after I upload this video.
Normally whenever somebody begs for a response, it signals they want attention and nothing more. Well crap, I'm giving it to you anyway. Next up, his DeviantArt rant. This could be a little bit better because DeviantArt isn't exactly the friendliest of art outfits. Still good, but flawed.
What's up, my subscribers?
Aww, not as interesting as calling us your favorite faggots. This came after 2, so outside of being politically correct, I see no real reason to have it be for your subscribers only. I'm one heck of a rebel today.
And I'm going to rant on DeviantArt and I'm going to explain my reasons why DeviantArt sucks.
How much explanation can you squeeze in 40 seconds, good sir?
This site is filled with special justice warriors and it stands with the LGBT community, which is a sin, according to the Bible.
Predictable. Another dumb slash of the LGBT. Who'da thunk it?
Another reason is, because I got suspended for posting porn of my girlfriend Kara. Kara is a fucking adult, not a child, and posted a dead kitten.
You hate the site because you got banned for breaking the site's rules. Again. Who'da funkin' thunk it? Also, Chara is trash, man. Mama Dinosaur sounds more realistic, even if it does technically make her a cuck.
This site can go to hell for all I care. And you know who would support DeviantArt? Smurfette.
This makes me think. Does this mean that the real painkiller has an actual fetish for Smurfette? I'm seriously getting worried that this character is telling me stuff I don't need to know about